Welcome back, everybody, to Hayes Tech ROM Reviews. This is Dave Hayes, and I'm back with another overview. Today we're going to discuss AOSiP. This is their latest version. This is Android version 7.0, and it is what they consider their test builds, beta builds. Again, you guys, if you go onto their Google Plus community, which will be the only link that I post, you will be able to find the links to their ROMs, and you will be able to run them. Again, this is their OMS build. They do have both a legacy and an OMS build. If you guys know me from any of my videos in the past, you know if I'm going to run layers or substratum, I want that OMS feature. So I have been testing it pretty extensively, and I've not had very many issues at all with it. Depending on the theme that I use, sometimes it'll get a little sluggish, but for the most part, if you stick with you know, your well-known good basic themes, Divinity's a good one. Well, I'll go over the themes later on, but if you stick with a good solid theme like Spectrum or Divinity or Broken's theme that they have out, the Biohazard theme, you're not going to have any problems at all. The ROMs are going to run great. It's not the ROM, I don't think. I think it's more of a substratum issue, and maybe even the themes yet. They still have to catch up with Nougat, but they are going to get there. So we are going to go ahead and get into this, guys. This is AOSiP. This is for the Nexus 6. And this is Android version 7.0. And yes, there are builds for other devices. And if I'm not mistaken, there are builds for Bacon and the 6P, and I think the 5X. I think. Don't quote me on that. You guys are going to have to go to the Google Plus community and read up and see just what all devices that they do support. Yes, my model number is showing Pixel XL. That's because I'm doing some testing with the Pixel launcher, and it's not disappointing. It does still have that Google, that OK Google Now issue, where if you, it just doesn't want to store it whenever you say that phrase. It keeps wanting to have you put in that phrase, I guess. But for the most part, if I go to the home screen and I press on the home button, the assistant does come up. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of that. We're going to go back into settings. So the assistant's working good on it, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about AOSiP. I am running ElementalX kernel. Guys, the reason why I'm running it is because the kernel that it comes flashed with is blood, or unicorn blood kernel. They use Dirty Unicorn's kernel, and which it's a good kernel. It just doesn't give me the features I want. You know, I do love that Mako hot plug that it does come with, but I do run Multirom. I need that Kexic hardboot patch, and that's why I'm running ElementalX kernel. So we're going to go ahead and move on. We're going to jump right up into the custom settings, which is the Owl's Nest, and actually they call it AOSiP Tweaks right now. Well, I guess it is the Owl's Nest. What am I saying? Excuse me. First up is going to be status bar settings. This ROM is packed with quite a few custom settings, guys. I was really surprised when I went through it to find out just how many custom settings there are in it. So this video is probably going to take a little bit longer than the other Nougat ROM reviews that I've been doing, so just bear with me, guys. First up, of course, you guys can run with your AOSiP logo in the status bar. Show on screen. You can have your positions left or right. You do get to color, which is cool. They do give you a lot of different color options. Nowhere near what Cyanide gives you, but at least they give you a few color options, which is pretty cool. All the way at the bottom, of course, you can pick you know, the number of notifications to show. Whoops, almost forgot. We've got to slide to the right. That's going to bring up the battery options. They give you the portrait, landscape, circle, text only, and chronic. I'm running chronic right now, which is basically just a circle with the owl in the middle. I kind of like, I like the one that comes with like 6, and a couple of the other ROMs that have that, you know, where you can color the outside of it and the Android or the center of it's green. That's just my preference. I know some people that don't even like to have the battery showing. You can show the percentage if you want or not. You have your percent overlay, which I'm not sure what that is. It's not even turning on for me. And of course, charging indicator. And I did it again, guys. Next up is going to be your carrier label. And if you guys aren't, you know, don't know what that is, just if you turn it on, it lets you see your data going in, you know, coming in or going out. You can set that up, you know, however you want. If you don't want to set it up, don't set it up. Next up is going to be your clock. Clock and date. Show it. If you want to show it, you can actually toggle that off and you won't have a clock. They do give you the option to run seconds if you guys are into that. There's where that option is. Your alignment is right, left, or center. They do have the AM, PM, and the date options all there. Swipe to the right, there's going to be icons. Basically, this lets you pick and choose what you want to actually show on your status bar. And, of course, show notification count. Yes, I normally run with that. I don't know why I have it turned off. Network traffic. I believe I went over that. Where were we at when carrier label? Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. You can tell I haven't slept yet today, guys. I'm on night shift. And I had absolutely no sleep today. I've been screwing with my Nexus 9. I've been trying to build a CyanogenMod ROM for my Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 7-inch light, I guess they call it. Nobody wants to build any ROMs for that tablet, and man, it needs CyanogenMod bad. Anyways, back to this. This is your traffic. You can have it, you know, incoming, outgoing, all that. You know, update, interval, auto hide, all that. And then, of course, you have your status bar ticker all the way at the end. Now we can go back. Now we can go to the quick settings. Under the quick settings, you have your small tiles. Now, those are the first tiles that you see when you first pull down. You guys can set that up however you want. Of course, 5 is set up as default. Then you have your tiles animation. I love that feature. Let me see. Interpolar. I usually leave it linear. Sometimes I go with bounce. You know, again, it's just choice. You guys can do with it what you want. You have your advanced tile data, Wi-Fi, you know, easy toggle, Bluetooth. All that's there. And then all the way at the bottom is going to be where you can set up your rows. Right now I have my rows set up with my maximum rows of 4. I would love to see 5 or 6. 6 fills the screen perfectly. Even 5 would be better. I just, man, I hate my my quick settings to look like CyanogenMod, where they only give you 3 and you got to just, you know, if you have a lot of things up there, you're swiping and swiping and swiping. And I just rather do one swipe down, scroll where I want to go. And that's pretty much set up. That's your settings for setting up your quick toggles like that. Again, guys, if you want to, you have to swipe to the right if you add any more toggles. And while we're here, the way you add tiles to this is you click on the edit button right there, and if you scroll down toward the bottom, those are the tiles that I did not add. As you guys can see, these are the tiles that I did put on it. They're very easy to change around. Just grab it, hold it, move it where you want, let it go, and when you're done, you just click the back button and it's all set up for you. Status bar expanded. These are your settings for that. Next up is going to be the notification. Again, quite a few settings for the notification panel. Power notification controls. You have your disable force close, or your disable force close notifications. Flashlight notification. I like that one because sometimes you pull your phone out in the middle of the daytime and inadvertently hit your freaking flashlight. It's on. You don't know it. It's nice to have that notification. And then, of course, all the way at the bottom, you have your breathing notifications. We swipe to the right. This brings up the battery LEDs. You guys can set that up however you like. And then, of course, you swipe over to the right again. That's going to bring up your notification lights. And I didn't set that up, and I was wondering why my notification lights were white, kind of like white and blue. So I normally go with a green. I actually have a number that I pick. It's 00FF00, and that is the true Android green, just in case you guys are wondering. Now I'll get a green LED for my notifications. Let's see. Up next is going to be navbar. You can enable navbar, navbar mode. They do have the fling settings on this. We're going to go into Smartbar Settings first, let you guys see what they are. Toggle button editor, your context buttons layout, position, input method actions, all that. It's there. If we go into the fling mode, so I'll have to go and set this up on fling. These are going to be your fling settings. I'm not even going to read them off. I'm just going to scroll down through and let you guys see what they are. Again, you guys know I don't use fling. I know I probably should. I get a lot of people that comment and just, they just don't understand why I don't use it. And it's easy to use. It really is. And it's actually very nice if you set it up. I just don't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and, to go back, you just kind of swipe over. If you don't have anything set up, that's just the default settings. You just do a left swipe and that'll take you back. And of course it does have the pulse. And I have mine set up with purple. And it is working great. I can tell you guys right now, I know for a fact it's working. I was watching YouTube videos. I made the video small in the screen, and it's working great. And I'm back. I had a phone call. I had to take it. Again, I think I lost my train of thought. I am going to go back. I want to go back and set that back up in the regular mode, Smartbar. But I mean, it's there, and it's nice that they have it. I know a lot of people that like that feature, and it's just great that it is, that it's included. Next up is going to be the hardware buttons. Not a lot here. We do have the lock screen torch, dialog dim, swipe to the right. This is going to give you all your settings for your volume. Pretty much, if you guys are into music and stuff, this is going to be how you're going to set that up. I'm not seeing any track skip or anything like that, although I think that is more of a lock screen setting than anything. Next up is going to be the recent settings. They do have Omni, again, which is cool, and I'm seeing like it's AOSiP is kind of like mirroring what Dirty Unicorns has. I do think that AOSiP, even though it seems to be almost like the same ROM, has more custom features. But anyways, they do give you Omni. If you guys want to use that, you just tick that on, set up your Omni the way you want, and go from there. I'm not going to use it because I'd have to go set it up, but these are your settings. Tell me I got to turn it on to see the settings. Yep, alright, these are your settings for Omni, in case you guys are wondering. Because actually, I do know some people that do use Omni yet. I just think that the Rolodex works for me a lot better. So I'm going to flick that off. We're going to swipe to the right. And then, of course, under your immersive recents, they give you some options here. I always go with the full screen. By the way, this is the way my recents look with this theme. Next up is going to be the lock screen settings. First up is going to be the options. Show lock screen clock. Now, this is pretty much going to be what you want showing on your lock screen. And I do think they have weather settings too. I'll show you something else I want to show you guys before I even get there. Center shortcuts, and they work. They work great. Center shortcuts, weather, everything's working. Shortcuts, center, like I said, you can set up for center screen shortcuts if you want. It's very simple. You click on it, you click the add button, pick what you want to add. I usually go to applications, scroll down through here, pick something that I don't already have. Let me see. Let's just we'll go Substratum. We'll throw that on as a shortcut, and it's going to show up there. So it's pretty cool. It works great. Bottom shortcuts are down here. Not a lot of options with this. It is what it is. This is, I think, kind of like hardwired in, but you guys can play with that some too. And then if you swipe to the right, this is going to give you your lock screen weather settings. Not very many ROMs out that I've seen so far yet, at least Nougat, that do have a goodly amount of weather settings for the lock screen, and I like that. I like that weather setting on my lock screen. Let's see. We are now up to gestures, brightness control, and tap status bar to sleep. Are pretty much the only gestures we have right now. And then under the advanced system animations, I was playing with this, and the animations are definitely working. So if you guys are into animations, this is going to be where you're going to want to go for that. And then if you swipe to the right, that's going to bring up the system settings. Your screen color and appearance. This is going to be where you set up your night mode, all that. Let's see, media scanner behavior on boot, scrolling cache, toast icon. I actually usually have that. What that does is put the app icon into the toast. If it's like, say you get a message from Google Play Store, you'll get the Google icon in there. And then last but not least is going to be your wake lock blocker. And I usually, that's pretty much it for the custom settings. I do usually go down, run down through here and let you guys see what's in display, sound, all that. I'm going to tell you right now, Substratum's working great. It does come with SuperSU already in the ROM. You don't have to flash it. We'll go to Substratum here, and I want to let you guys see the theme I'm running today. And the theme is called Spectrum. Yeah, confirm. It's saying I don't have theme ready gaps. Trust me, I've got theme ready gaps on. But the theme I'm running, it's just, is what it is. I know I'm going to get some complaints from some of you guys out there. There's this one guy that keeps coming on, making comments saying my themes are ugly. And I just, if you're going to have some kind of remark like that, keep it yourself. Jeez, man. Anyways, but what's cool, this is why I like OMS. As opposed to the legacy mode, because it's just easier to use. And yes, every single theme that I've applied, I didn't have to do a reboot. Everything worked exactly the way it was supposed to. Again, this is what I like. I like the OMS. Quickly, we'll go under display. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. I'll just kind of scroll down and let you guys see what all is there. You do have your dashboard settings. Font size, display size. Again, guys, just set it up however you want. They do give you a preview window for that. Just like that. Sound settings. Standard stuff. That's pretty much it right there. I will show you the other sounds. And I'm going to go ahead and scroll on down here to security, let you guys see that. And you can crypt your phone if you guys want. I don't recommend it, but you can. I mean, if you're really into that, go for it. And make sure, guys, if you're new to, I keep forgetting, sometimes people watch my videos, they're actually new to Android. Under security, make sure that you guys are turning on your unknown sources. If you want to install an app from the browser or off of your SD card or off your internal storage, you want to make sure that that's turned on. Last but not least, we're going to go through the developer options. Again, not much there. You definitely want to make sure. Here's a nice feature. They do have the Restart System UI built right into the developer options. I really like that feature because I know where it's at if I need to get to it quickly without having to just open up my Substratum app. So nice job with that. Again, if you guys are new to Android and you're just watching this, video and you're just trying to learn, make sure you have Android debugging ticked on. That's very, very important. Also, OEM unlock. If it is not grayed out already, make sure you have that turned on to unlock. Okay. I've heard of horror stories from people that did not have that turned on, and I don't think much in Nougat as much as it was back in like when Lollipop first started coming out. Not Lollipop, Marshmallow. And animations, I'm pretty sure they come at 0.5. If they come at 1, I highly recommend you guys drop them back to 0.5. It just seems that the whole system runs a lot better. Even though it runs pretty good at 1, it seems it runs, at least to me, way better on that 0.5. Well, guys, that is pretty much it. That's AOSiP 7.0 for the Nexus 6. I can tell you right now that the differences between the 6P, the 5X, Bacon, the 1+1 are not going to be that much different. About the only differences you guys are going to notice are probably going to be just feature related, specific to the device. Other than that, the basic format's probably going to be the same. But if they do have one out for the 1+1, I'm going to try to get a video out, let you guys see that. At least let you guys see how it's running on the OnePlus. If you guys liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I do want to thank all of my subscribers, and I will see you on the next one. I'm going to go get some sleep.